Hi guys, and welcome to Cooking with Z. I'm glad you guys are here. Welcome to my channel. My channel is dedicated to Spanish recipes. They are my version of Spanish recipes that I do at home. Of course, there are several different Spanish versions that people make. This is my version. In the Spanish community, of course, recipes are usually passed down from generation to generation. Our grandparents got it from their parents, and they pass it down to their daughters, and then of course our moms pass it down to us. I learned to cook from, of course, my mom, my grandma, my aunt, my grandpa, everyone in my family, as far as women and men. When I was growing up, were amazing cooks. My grandma's sisters, my grandpa's brothers, everyone cooked and everyone had an input when it came to cooking. And I'm grateful because they made cooking an adventure. It made it fun. It didn't make it a chore. I learned at a young age that cooking is what you make it. If you cook because you have to and you think it's boring and it's a chore, then you're not going to enjoy it. But if it's something that you make, you feel like you're creating, something that you're making your own, then you're going to have fun. You're going to enjoy it because it's your creation. It's something that you're creating to give to your family, to your kids, to your grandkids. So I hope that in this channel, you learn to enjoy cooking and you learn to experiment with food and try different things, and we can have fun together. So today we're making Spanish rice. It's one of my best, one of my favorite rices is Spam red rice. And I know a lot of people do not cook with Spam. It's not something that a lot of people talk about. But it's something that tastes delicious when you add it to rice. Okay? So I'm going to tell you what you need. Of course, you're going to need rice. You're going to need oil. You're going to need sofrito. Okay? You're going to need sazon. Of course, black pepper. You need adobo. You need garlic, cubitos nori, okay, Cajun seasoning, and onion powder. Okay, now we got Spam, which I'm going to cut up into little tiny cubes. We have just like half an onion cut up into little pieces, and just 2 little slices of red pepper, okay? And I have 1 slice of green peppers that I'm going to slice up also. Now, we're going to use a little bit of oil at the bottom of the pot. Okay, it doesn't have to be a lot. Just, I always say, enough to cover the bottom. Okay? Like, it should not be jumping and crinkling because there's spots at the bottom that are not covered by the oil. Okay, that's how you know that you have enough oil. Now let's get this pan cut because it's already heating up. Okay, now this is something that actually gets cooked pretty fast, believe it or not. A lot of people think it takes a long time. It really doesn't. Once you cook it, once you put all the ingredients, it pretty much cooks pretty quickly. Now, I want you to see how I'm going to cut this. Now, some people do it like this. You know what I'm saying? Some people like to cut it this way. I like to cut it like this. And then cut it like this. I will show you what I mean. I cut it in slices. Medium size, not something super thick. Okay? And I put them all back together. Okay? Can you guys see this? Let me lower it just a little bit so you can probably see a little better. And maybe I can put it up here. That might be better. Okay. Once you have it all as a block, then you're going to slice it one more time. Now, once they're all blocks, you have them like this all cut up, you're going to cut them one more time. So now you have little blocks. Okay? You start throwing these in there. You can hear the oil starting to tell you that it's ready. Now, one thing that I will tell you about when we cook with Spam, you don't need to add as much ingredients, and when I say ingredients, I mean like salt, garlic salt, or lemon and pepper, whatever it is that you use as far to cook, because it is already salty. So you're just gonna add a couple things, but things that are gonna add flavor, not so much salt. Okay? Now, can you see the slices, the sizes of the blocks? Do you see? Nothing really big. I mean, you can make them bigger if you want. Now, you can, once you make the rice, you can use salad for the sides. You can use corn, beans. I'm going to use red beans and corn. So there's like a lot of different things that you can do with this, because the meat is already in there, so you don't really need to make meat. Now, if you want to have extra meat, then that's fine, but it's not something that you need to do because you already have the meat inside the rice. This one and chicken rice, what we call arroz con pollo. Now, there's two different kinds of arroz con pollo. Arroz con pollo, which is the white rice with the pollo guisado. And then arroz con pollo, which is the real one, which is red rice with boneless chicken cut in cubes, just like that, inside the rice. It's amazing. Okay? I mean, oh, everybody should taste arroz con pollo. And I do plan on making a video of arroz con pollo, the real one, people. Okay, because I've seen some imitations and they're not the real thing. And I'm going to make the real one. Now, you're gonna raise the fire just a little bit because you do want it to get a little toasted. Okay, just not a lot, just enough. Where it gets a little brownish before you start adding in, you know, your peppers and your onions and your tomato sauce and stuff like that, okay? So we're going to do that. Now, while we're waiting on that to, see, we raise the fire, we can put the sazon. This is going to give it, not only is it going to give it color, but it's going to give it amazing flavor. And I would suggest to use the whole pack. I've had people to ask me, you know, is it too much to use a sazon packet for your rice or your beans? Absolutely not. If you want to use half, that's fine. But one, it's fine. I use one. Sometimes if I'm doing a lot of rice, I'll use two actually. Now make sure to move it, being careful not to crumble and break the Spam. Smells delicious. And guys, if you try this, please let me know what you think of it. And was it easy for you to make? Did it come out the way you wanted it to? Does it taste like you thought it was going to taste? Okay, like I want to know those kind of things, okay? Now I'm putting in the onion and the red peppers. I'm going to cut this little piece of green pepper and just kind of cut it into little tiny chunks. For medium ones anyway. I really enjoy cooking. I think it's for us being Latin. When you cook for your loved ones, is the most important way to show your family how much you love them. Is giving them a part of yourself in your cooking. It's just amazing. If you're Spanish or you know Spanish people, you will know that if you go to their house, you're not leaving until you eat. We take that very seriously. You don't come to our house and leave hungry, okay? Now, the onion powder, I put like half a teaspoon, okay, of this. The adobo, about the same, but I suggest that you taste it afterwards, after you finish doing all the seasonings, because it depends how much rice you're going to be putting in. If you're going to only be doing 2-3 cups, then yeah, half a teaspoon should be fine. Maybe just a little bit more, but nothing drastic. Just to be safe, start with half a teaspoon. And then after you taste it, if you think you want more, then feel free to adjust it to your liking. The Cajun, I have about half of a teaspoon left in there, which is exactly what I'm going to put in. I'm going to put some pepper. Now, that's a little less than half a teaspoon, okay? I don't want to go crazy with the pepper. I love pepper, don't get me wrong. You hear the crickling of the Spam? Now, the garlic, I'm going to put a full teaspoon of it, okay? That's what you want to hear. And guys, if you haven't made sofrito, you gotta check out the recipe. You gotta make sofrito. You cannot make Spanish rice, any kind of the rice. The Spam, the corn, the gandules, the garbanzos, any kind of rice without the sofrito. It does not taste the same. The sofrito and the sazon and the adobo is what gives it that special Spanish spice, that flavor, the smell. I mean, the aroma alone tells you that you're cooking Spanish food. Okay? So I'm doing 1, 2, and 2.5. Now, you don't have to use as much. I do because I love it. And this is definitely ready for the sauce and for the rice. Okay, so it's nice and colored. I'm going to show you guys what it looks like. See? Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So now, tomato sauce. And we're going to let it heat up a little bit. And we're going to put the rice in, okay? That's 1, 2, 3. I'm going to put 4 of the big spoons, okay? You can put less if you want. 2 or 3. I would say minimum 2. Don't do less than 2. I mean, I wouldn't. You want the rice to come out nice and moist. God. It's just delicious. Where are you? I'm going to put a little bit more of adobo. So if you're going to do 3 cups like I am, I'm going to say a whole teaspoon of adobo. Now, not full like covered like I did with the garlic, but just a flat teaspoon, okay? Now, I'm going to tell you something, guys. A lot of people tell me that they do, they do yellow rice. There's different styles and different ways to make yellow rice. Now, Puerto Rican, we saute everything first. Then we put the rice, and then we put the water. A lot of different cultures, they put everything at the same time. They just put the water, put the oil, the sauce, everything, all at the same time, and just, and they cook it like that. I'm not saying that that's the wrong way. That's their way. I'm just saying that's not our way, okay? So, for the people that have asked me, why do you saute it first instead of just putting the water first? That's the reason. Because we saute everything. When you slowly cook everything, the flavors get simmered and they get infused into the food, okay? When it's like when you're vaporing something or when you steam something, the flavor gets into the food a lot better and a lot faster because you're steaming it. It's like you're doing a process. So when you do it like this, you're definitely, it might take a little longer, but your food will taste a whole lot better. So it's worth the extra 5 minutes, okay? Just food for thought, people. Now, I did forget something. This is what we call currito nun. They have all different kinds of flavors. Chicken, beef, shrimp, you name it. This is delicious. You can put this in your beans, in your stew, your rice, anything. I mean, it's incredible, people. So now I'm going to put 3 cups of rice, okay? I'm going to let the water run so that it can be hot before I put it in there. Now, the reason I want it to be hot, another thing people have asked me, if you have food that's hot that you're cooking already on the stove and you put cold water, you're pretty much stopping the cooking process, and then it has to start again. So that's why sometimes some people, when they cook, their rice will be hard in the middle and soft on the outside, and they don't understand why. That's the reason. Most of the time, not always, but most of the time, that can be a big factor of why the rice stays hard in the middle even though it's soft on the outside. It's either that or you just didn't put enough water. But like I said, I suggest that you use hot water. Now, I use a measuring cup to measure my rice. I know that most people use the small little measuring cup. That's not what I use. I use the measuring cup, okay? So I'm putting 1 cup of water right now. Two. 3, and I'm going to move it. Okay, I'm going to stir it because I don't want to put over water, okay? I don't want to... Okay. So I'm going to put another 1/2 cup. You know what? Let's make that 4 cups of water. Now, just make sure that you stir everything in the corner, at the bottom. Oh, that's delicious. Okay. So now, you don't have to lower it really low right now. Believe it or not. I know a lot of people think they do. You really don't. Now, you don't want it to be a full flame, okay? But you do want it to be medium, because you want the water to boil so that the rice can get started. So the rice can start boiling and start cooking, okay? So once it does start cooking and it starts steaming, then we're going to stir it again, and we're going to cover it and then cook it for like another 5-10 minutes. So I'm going to pause, and I'm going to come back once it has started boiling. And once it's ready to stir, and I will show you guys how to do it and show you the rice, what it looks like. Okay, look, right now, I'm going to show you what it looks like right now. It's covered. Now, make sure that the rice is completely covered. Now, I'm not talking about like, 2-3 inches of water covered. No, at least half an inch of water of the rice should be covered. Okay? So you'll see how it's already beginning to heat. You see those little bubbles on the rice? That means that it's beginning to bubble and that the rice is beginning to heat up. So that's good. Okay? So we'll be back, and I will show you when we stir what it looks like, and we'll continue from there, okay? So we'll be back in a few minutes. Hi guys. So now the rice has been cooking for maybe 3-4 minutes, and it's really boiling. So we want to make sure that we are stirring it every, at least every 4 to 5 minutes, so that it doesn't stick to the bottom. Like, use the bottom of the spoon, okay, to touch the bottom and make sure that you scrape it, that there is nothing stuck to the bottom. Okay? So, let me show you. As you can see, it's beginning to dry up. Okay? So, it's got like maybe another 5 minutes before we put the top on it, okay? So, we're going to leave it. I'm going to lower the fire a little bit more. So now we're going from medium to low. Okay? Remember when we started, it was on high because we wanted it to boil. We wanted the rice to get started, to start boiling so it can cook faster. Once it started boiling and you saw that now where is that? We bring it to the medium. Now it's already simmering. So once that this water on top of it starts evaporating, okay, once that it looks like it's almost completely dry, not completely, but almost completely dry, we're going to stir it again, and we're going to put the top on it, and it'll steam cook for maybe, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 minutes, and then the rice will be done. Okay, so I'm gonna let it simmer. I'm not going to stir it, because if you stir it too much, then the rice will get mushy, and the meat, which is the spam, will break up in pieces, and it'll be a mess. So you don't want your rice to be mushy. So you let it, once you moved it, you stirred it, and you know that it's not getting stuck to the bottom, that is being cooked evenly, because if you stir it, then everything gets cooked evenly, which is what we want. And so now we don't have to worry. We'll let it cook until the water evaporates, and then we will be able to cover it and let it finish cooking. Okay, so we'll be back in a few minutes. We're almost done, people. Don't give up. We're almost there. Okay, guys, so the rice is ready to be covered, and by the time that we come back, the rice will be done and ready to eat. Okay, now you want to make sure that you get everything from the bottom. from the back, from the bottom. Okay, I don't know if you can see. Let me get, here we go. You can see how it's already beginning to dry up. You see that? Okay. So we are going to, don't be scared to go in there and just get all the corners. Okay? And then once you get the corners, go in the middle. And then make sure that you're scooping it around so that all the rice has been stirred. Okay? All the rice. So the meat should be evenly distributed through the rice. Okay? All the rice should have the even meat all over it. Now once you have stirred the rice, it's beautiful. You're going to like not pat it down hard, but just kind of with the back of the spoon, you're going to just slowly and softly, you're going to shape it round. Some people do it flat. The reason I do it round is because it cooks faster, okay? So let me show you what it looks like. This is what it should look like, okay? When you cover your rice. Once that you do this process right here, it's still going to be on low, but just a tiny bit higher, and you're going to cover it. Now, once you cover it, it should only be like 5-6 minutes. And your rice should be done, depending on how much rice you're cooking. I'm only doing 3 cups, so it should only be like 5-6 minutes, 5 to 8, depending on the stove. If you're using an electric stove, it'll probably be more. And if you are using an electric stove, you want to cook it definitely on low, because it's not the same as gas, okay? It's not the temperature-wise when it comes to cooking. The electric and gas is a big difference, and recipes need to be cooked and adjusted according to what you're using. So you can already hear, that it's already steaming up. So we're going to give this 5 minutes, and I'm going to come back and it'll be ready to be served, okay? So it's going to be worth it. I'm telling you guys, this rice is so delicious. Like I said, you can do it with a salad on the side. I like it with salad on the side, or with beans. I kind of rotate it. You know, sometimes I do it with beans. Sometimes I do it with salad. Sometimes I do a saute of vegetables. So it depends. You know what I feel like eating that day, or what my family wants to eat that day. So, but you can, if you like it, if you try it and like it at home, then it's something that you can rotate, and you don't have to make it the same way every time. You understand? You can always change it up and spice it up by adding different things to it. Instead of just doing the beans, you can do salad. Instead of doing the salad, you can do a stir fry of vegetables. So you can do different things. See what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying. You can do corn, you can just do vegetables, or you could do a stir fry of broccoli and cauliflower, stuff like that. So its taste is delicious. It doesn't take a long time. Believe it or not, of course, here it looks long, but it's actually really not a very long time at all. And it's definitely worth it. Like, I guarantee you that everyone is going to ask you to make it again once you make it. So I hope that you do enjoy it. We'll be back in a few minutes because it's almost done. You can see the steam coming out, and you can see that you see the steam. It's already almost done. Okay, so I'll see you in a few minutes. I already have the corn ready, and I am going to show you how I serve it. Okay, so I'll be back in 3 minutes. Okay, guys, we are at the end of our project here. As you see the steam, the water, usually you get some, of course you're going to get water, so you just pour it over the rice. Now, if you have a lot of rice, make sure that you do stir it. When 3 minutes, and you do stir it, then you put the top back on. This is completely done. Here we go. See how nice and fluffy? So, let me show you how. Like I said, there's a lot of different ways that you can cook this, that you can serve it. It's something very simple, very easy to do, very, it's not expensive. You don't have to spend a lot of money making it. And it's very delicious. It has a lot of flavor. Everyone is going to like it. It looks so good. Look at that. Do you see that? Look how beautiful. Beautiful colors. Look how gorgeous the meat looks. It looks delicious. It looks like you can just taste it through the screen, huh? Okay. Now, like I said, this is just an idea. I mean, I will put a link at the bottom if you want to try to do the beans with the rice. It tastes delicious together. It's a great recipe. It's easy to make the beans. So there you go, guys. It looks beautiful. I mean, it tastes as good as it looks, probably even better. Okay, so I hope that this is something that you think that your family will like and enjoy. It's something that is very simple. It tastes delicious. It's one of my favorite rices to make. Let me see if maybe you can get a better view of it. You see the colors on the rice and on the beans, and it's just delicious. You can see the flavors just on the plate alone. So I hope that you guys actually try this, and I really want to hear what you guys think. Okay, like just let me know if you thought it was easy for you, if it was difficult, and what your family thought. If you like the flavor. If you never tried it before and this is something new, please let me know what you think, okay? So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. And I look forward to reading your comments, okay? And feel free to tell me what you think. I am interested in your opinions. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoy the food. Please like, please subscribe, and share this video so others can enjoy it. And I am going to leave the link for the beans, the video for the beans, in the bottom of this video. So if you haven't seen it and you're interested in trying to do the beans recipe, you'll be able to just click on it, okay? So thank you so much for being here with me in my kitchen. And I will see you guys soon with more recipes. Please enjoy cooking. It's an adventure. Make a creation. Make it your own. Cooking is fun. And come visit me at Cooking with Z, okay? So I hope you enjoy it. You have a good day. Bye.